Dee 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 dee. And here you have benefit of my golden tones as we preview this afternoon's, this evening's guesses. The mystery is pudding, and we're doing it by way of Pink Floyd, which had been what we called the Modifier at one point. Plug the two terms in together because I am leading you guys to, hopefully, how can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? How? It can't be done. We pushed ourselves way past guest number 200 now, somewhat past. And the real curiosity is, the story of the game is that the pudding line that I just uttered was posted by one of our own guessers way back at guest number 80. But he did not convert it into a guess. It was on his mind, but he guessed a couple of different other things, and we've just been it's kind of frustrating ever since. And but here we are, where we belong. This is Weird Modifier Guessing Game 105, and even though it was 4 whole hours ago, we are still the most recently posted thread on Book Crossing. And so they're hotter to play the guessing game than anything else. People who come to the Fun and Games forum at bookcrossing.com. Pudding is the mystery. Are they going to do it by way of amazing pudding in the end, or will they make it the final noun from Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 that finally gets guessed? There are 13 whole nouns in the lyrics, a minority of which are even eligible according to the opening clue. All 13 have been mentioned if you count Greyflank's line, Greyflank uttering the line in a non-guess. All 13 have been mentioned. 11 of them have been partially guessed. Forms of them have been guessed. But pudding, we have somehow missed pudding. The leading theory is they think they've already guessed it. They remember it being mentioned, but it was not. But what they don't remember is that it was not actually mentioned in the form of a guess. That would kind of explain it. Let's see what we got. Greyflank as our most likely. I'm rooting for Miss Markey. Not Greyflank this time. Though, you know what? It could always be... Okay, right. Oops. So anyways, the big story of the previous round was what? The Enigma. What was this? Publius Enigma, number 1. And I read up a little bit on it. It's a pathway to pudding by way of Amazing Pudding. The fanzine Amazing Pudding. And Amazing Pudding actually means a couple of different things. It was an alternative title to Adam Hart Mother album, or the suite. The Adam Hart Mother suite of 6 songs had the working title Amazing Pudding. So it's kind of a hardcore trivia item. I think that's the commonality. um, people into hardcore Pink Floyd trivia will get to the stuff that's meant for fans is the type of thing that going high. But anyways, so then you get amazing pudding. You have to go from there to pudding. That kind of thing is always awkward. But they pretty much abandoned the lyrics path. This could be the day that they switch on me though. So, and guess it, I've been kind of thinking any second now. But it's really gotten kind of embarrassing right now. Gratefully doesn't have it. Well, okay. Jules, okay, Jules is going to. Now, I've been thinking about this one. Okay, once again, this represents an abandonment of the easier pathway. But it is brain damage right here is progressive toward the secondary usage. So it looks like they're going to bust in by the secondary usage. Brain Damage is the name of another. Pink Floyd is a big enough band to have more than one fanzine. So Brain Damage is really the title of one, as I understand it, the title of one Pink Floyd fanzine, and Amazing Pudding is the name of another Pink Floyd fanzine. So now it's going to be we're linking fanzine with fanzine. So so yes, this is progressive towards the secondary usage if we can't bust in by the lyrics. But of course, we got this a huge hornet's nest that going from amazing pudding to just pudding. Except that if anyone can get on board with the clue, realize our original clue that the modifier had fewer hits than the mystery, we could be looking for the more common word. The someone presented with amazing pudding will know then that no, amazing pudding has too few hits. We need something with more. Actually, Francis might be just the ticket for that, because Francis was thinking in terms, when bike sheds went up there, Francis was the one to chop bike sheds into bike. So it's one way to do it. It's awkward, but it's one way to do it. And by golly, we're getting closer by way of pathway number 2. That's what this brain damage means. Pathway number 2, we're getting closer. So then we're going for pudding. We're going for pudding on its own, but amazing pudding would be, suggestive that we're close in our own way. Not the way I thought we'd bust in, but close. So pudding is it. What do we have there? Enigma, Miss Markey? Really? Okay. And then what else? Cybernetics and Pulse. Isn't Pulse another magazine? I think Pulse is the name of the magazine, but it's awfully... And of course, there I was telling you, Francis was thinking in terms of the larger words. So Pulse is a good old regular word. Why not have it be Pulse? And she might be rewarded. So, okay. We do have something. We have things to look forward to in terms of pathway number 2. We are quite close to pathway number 2 now. And, I think it's going to be okay. Pathway number 1 or pathway number 2, we're going to be okay. We're going to get there. Okay. I'm going to see you at Starbucks.